So this is an exercise that will help you with many things. Number one, it's going to help you with the art of touch, what the French call the art of touch. And the idea is that you want to bring one finger over the others. So you're shifting weight on your right hand. So it's a term that I use quite a bit when interpreting music. You want to put more weight on a note rather than an accent. An accent is when you actually forcefully put more force on a note. Weight, you're actually really applying the weight of your fingers onto that string. And so by doing that, you're moving two fingers that are half stacked over each other, basically 11th fret D and B strings, 12th fret G and E strings, right? And you play all four notes, thumb, index, middle, and ring, P, I, M, A. But notice that you actually can hear the thumb more. Then move the index back one fret, move the second finger back one fret. You still can hear the thumb the most. I'm putting more weight on my thumb. Ring finger moves back, and then move the pinky back. Now I'm going to shift my weight over to my ring finger, to the other side of the hand. And I'm going to move my fingers back one by one. As you notice, you hear all the notes, but you hear much more presence on the ring finger, right? You tend to put your ring finger inside of the hand or tilt your hand slightly more towards this part of the hand, more towards the pinky, right? Now, as you move in this way, I'm going to use more weight on my index finger. I'm going to bring my index finger slightly back into the hand to accomplish that. Right? And I'm going to do the same then for my middle finger on the second string. Thumb, pinky, ring, index, middle, thumb, ring, index, middle, right? If you actually go through this once a day and you really focus on training the weight that you apply through these exercises, it's really a wonderful exercise, and you should apply it with a wonderful etude that is, I believe, 2 or 3 lines long by Leo Brouwer, and it's his second etude from the Estudios Sencillos, the Simple Studies. Really wonderful piece. The other way you can apply this exercise is with tremolo. Now, when you apply tremolo, you're going to move from thumb to G string to B string to G string and then to thumb as you move back, right? Probably wondering what's the change on the first string. Well, that's the other fingers on the right hand. On the classical tremolo, you have 4 notes that include the thumb. So thumb, ring, middle, index. Right? Now, another thing that I'm applying here is a technique called plant mute, which basically means that as soon as I play one note, I prepare the next articulation. So my first note is the D string. So I play the thumb, and immediately I'm going to plant my ring finger on the first string. My next note is on the same string. It's going to result in a mute, right? My next note is also on the same string, again another mute. Then I go from the index to the thumb. This is where you have to be the most careful, because the thumb is going to go to the 3rd string, but a lot of people are very relaxed in that. And that's what causes a very lopsided tremolo, as you actually hear pam di da da, pam di da da. And the reason for that is that they did not practice going back from the index to the thumb, right? So plant muting. As you get better at this, you might want to spice things up and learn a different pattern of tremolo. Flamenco tremolo is a wonderful way of looking at things, where you actually do the same thing, thumb, ring, middle, index. However, between the thumb and your ring finger, you insert an extra index plug. So thumb, index, ring, middle, index. So let's just say that you do classical for the first round. Then on the next one, sorry. Right? And then as you get better at this, you might also involve a 6-note, just practice tremolo. I have not seen it really in application in any piece of music, but it's actually, since you have the availability of doing thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index, why not? So it would be. And it's always very useful to practice with the plant mute, practice very slowly. As you get better at this, you're going to notice that the classical tremolo, the 4-note tremolo, is the fastest one. Why? Because you have only 3 notes between every thumb pluck. In the flamenco, it's going to slow down, and of course in the 6th note, it's going to slow down even further. It's just more fun to go through the fretboard that way, so you're alternating techniques, and it's going to, hopefully provide some good fun challenges.